The Society of Actuaries is proud to announce the recommendations from its Blue Ribbon Panel on public pension plan funding. This multidisciplinary and independent panel consists of economists, a labor union specialist, a former head of the Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation, a former state lieutenant governor, a former executive from a state pension plan, the president of a life insurance company, and a few actuaries. The panel chair, Bob Stein, is a fellow of the Society of Actuaries and former managing partner of a major accounting firm. Actuaries play a vital role in the funding of public sector plans. We recognize the need to explore the status of funding and to recommend ways that public plans can better deliver on benefit promises. The Blue Ribbon Panel worked to examine the financial position of pension trusts and their changing risk profile, develop recommendations for all stakeholders on how to improve plan financial management and strengthen plan funding, and advise on both the best use of actuarial assumptions and methods in funding plans and how the profession can best support actuaries. The SOA is a trusted source of objective, data-driven research and analysis for our members, policymakers, and the public. The Blue Ribbon Panel is one example of the SOA's efforts to share actuarial perspectives on major issues.
I would like to share an overview of the Blue Ribbon Panel's recommendations, which focus on improvements in risk management practices, including enhanced disclosure of a plan's financial position and risk profile, the role of actuaries, and plan governance. The panel's recommendations focus on better information that all stakeholders, trustees, funding entities, members, and taxpayers can use to better understand the plan's financial position and to help inform decision-making. First, risk management practices and disclosures. All stakeholders need more comprehensive information about the current and expected financial position of a pension plan and the possible impact of risks facing the plan. First, the panel recommends disclosure of information about the trend in the plan's financial position and its changing risk profile. Second, the panel recommends assessing the level of investment risk and aggregate risk being assumed in the funding program through the completion of 2 new financial measures. Third, the panel asks for the development of stress tests that illustrate the effects of funding and investment risks on future financial position and on contribution levels. Secondly, the role of the actuary. Actuaries are able to provide information that will help stakeholders make informed decisions about plan funding. The panel recommends that all risk management disclosures I just discussed be made available to all stakeholders on a timely basis. The panel also urges the Actuarial Standards Board to require that this information be disclosed in actuarial reports and to require actuaries to opine on the reasonableness of assumptions and methods used in funding reports. Finally, the panel makes recommendations about the assumptions and methods used by plans for the purposes of funding calculations, specifically on discount rates, amortization periods, asset smoothing methods, and the use of direct smoothing techniques. Thirdly, governance. While recognizing the wide diversity of governance structures used by the public plans, the panel makes several important recommendations that all plans should consider. Most importantly, steps should be taken to enhance the likelihood that the full recommended contribution be made. Other recommendations are made in the areas of risk management oversight and the legislative process for implementing plan changes. We encourage you to read the Blue Ribbon Panel report, which is intended to ensure that stakeholders have the information necessary to make informed decisions about public pension funding. Email the panel and the SOA at feedback@soa.org with questions, and visit soa.org to download the report and additional resources.